Mike.
Hey.
How you doing, man?
Hello?
Hello, it's Mark.
Mark, what's up, buddy?
Hey, brother, how you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. Running around today. But you're doing a lot of running around yourself, huh?
Yeah, I'm on the way from I guess, central British Columbia to Victoria today. Got a show down there this afternoon at Wheelie's motorcycle venue. It's pretty cool. I'm actually just about to board the transport ferry from, I guess, from Vancouver down to Victoria. So I'll be stationary in about maybe 5 minutes or so.
Are you traveling by yourself, or how's that working?
Yeah. My wife comes out about a week out of every month that I'm on the road. So she's due to visit with me in a week.
Well, that's pretty cool. That's pretty exciting to be traveling right now, I suppose, huh?
Yeah.
How long you been on the road for, Mark?
Yeah, it's about 3 weeks now. Yeah. So I've been I'm kind of in the routine. 3 weeks in, everything's kind of coming together and doing its thing.
Yeah. Where are you from exactly? You have where's your accent from?
I'm not really sure. I live in Texas.
Oh, you got Texas.
I don't really have a big Southern drawl. I've moved around quite a bit. So my dad taught in Louisiana, and then we moved to Virginia, and then Texas. So I kind of moved around a bit.
Yeah, it seems that, I'm used to talking to people that have lived in California most of their lives, I think. And it's just a bit different way of speaking. I hear a lot of likes and a lot of knows. But being in Germany too, I think being in Germany, I'm more sensitive to that too, because I don't really speak to native speakers that often. So the stuff sticks out a bit. Have you been on the road before? Or is this kind of the first time for you touring with doing the music thing?
No, I toured last year, and so I had kind of my inaugural freshman journey out touring, and I did a spring and a fall tour, and it was pretty awesome. So I guess I'm a little bit seasoned at this point, and kind of got most of the routines down.
Have you been doing the music thing for a long time? Because I understand you're you're a scientist, or is that correct?
Yeah. My undergrad is aerospace engineering.
Okay.
So yeah, that was kind of how I started. Love math, love science, love applied physics, love understanding how the world works. Never really did anything musical. 2011, I decided I wanted to do something musical because it sort of had always been kind of a part of my life. And I picked up a guitar to sing a song for my wife for our anniversary. And it became an obsession. The connection I got and the journey I was on, just singing that one song, was just phenomenal. And I started teaching myself. I guess because I've been a poet my whole life, I was having trouble with other people's lyrics, which I didn't expect. And so I started changing the lyrics a little bit, and that led me to writing my own songs. And 2019, I put my first album out. So it's been phenomenal. But before that, I was, and I'm still a scientist. I don't practice aerospace engineering anymore, but I still love math and science and see the world like an engineer would a lot of times.
Your connection to music was just listening to music until you picked up that guitar and played for your wife? It's interesting because you have such a natural talent for it, right?
Oh,
how did you not stumble upon it earlier? Because
I don't know, man. It was like, I just didn't, you don't know what you don't know, right? I mean,
I guess.
These journees in life, and you just don't know what you don't know until you figure it out, and you're like, oh, that was cool. I need to do that again.
That's cool. Look what I can do, kind of thing, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, and you don't know, because you're like, as an adult, you're learning something new. You're like, can I even do the thing, right? You don't even have that, you don't know, because you didn't do it growing up. And so you got to figure out as an adult whether or not you can actually do the thing, which is its own little personal journey that you have to go on.
Yeah. What a kind of a magic, though, to have something that you start to love and have a talent for it too at the same time.
Yeah. That's you hope for that, but there's no guarantee for sure.
Did you always know you could sing, though? You must have always known, like people say, oh, you got a nice voice or something. Like, no?
No, never did anything, never sung, never. I mean, I sang Happy Birthday. Does that count?
Did people people cry when you sang it? It was beautiful?
No, they don't. Yeah.
What does it mean to be human anyway? Just make it easy for me, then tell me what to say. Take all the steps for me, show me where where to pray. Just tell me how I should think, how to scroll and make the best link, how to break the ice, 'cause I never learned. Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah. So that we can talk about your first song. Dennis was perfect with that. What does it mean to be human? Is that correct?
Yeah, what does it mean to be human? Yeah. I wrote that song experiencing the AI revolution like everyone else, right? The AI is just everywhere. It's got its own emergence that's happening. And the scientist in me thinks, wow, man, AI can do all these really, really, really cool things. And I'm really fascinated by it, and I engage it and see what it's capable of and what it's not. And as AI gets more and more powerful, the poet in me is looking at the situation and thinking, hey, if AI is starting to do all the things that you did, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
And so I wrote the song, What Does It Mean to Be Human? With the thought, okay, well, if I'm leaning in and the lyrics start, just make it easy for me, tell me what to say, take all the steps for me, right? Maybe even tell me where to pray. Just tell me how I should think, how to scroll and make the best link. Oh, and by the way, how do I break the ice? Because I never learned that either, right?
How to scroll and make the best link, how to break the ice, 'cause I never learned. Yeah, that would be nice. Take my trouble.
The poet in me is making a little bit of fun of leaning in too heavily on AI and forgetting what it really means to be human.
With the ad thing with me too, I think it puts us in a nice space to create now, though, because we have this big question that we can answer, like your song. But do you feel like all aspects of being human, what does it mean to be human, can be replicated?
I don't think so. I mean, I think there's a connection. I'm just thinking about like when I'm playing live to a room, there's this sense of community. There's this sense of shared experience. I think that interaction and interplay is something that's innately part of the human experience. Today, I can't fathom how the sense of community and connection would be there. I guess maybe if it was a totally autonomous, self-aware AI, and so it could actually have its own experiences, possible, I guess, that an entity like that could interact with us in some way. But I can't fathom that at the moment. So, I would say that's a human space, right, where that connection occurs.
What does it mean to be human anyway?
It was just like everybody. As a matter of fact, there's some weird things that happen in your life as you start to unravel whether or not you can do a thing, right? So as I started learning music, I found myself in awkward situations where, like, we're at a family event or something, and we're singing Happy Birthday, and nobody sings on key, and nobody knows the melody. They're just singing the words, right?
Yeah,
and so the words and the timing, they got them down. So it's a whole nother journey that you go on just when you learn a new skill like that. I would think about in school when I took a marketing class, you don't really think about how marketing people market to you until you actually study it, and you're like, oh, I can see what they're doing, right? And so you sort of kind of peel back the onion a little bit, and you can see behind the scenes, right?
And with the performance thing, were you immediately, I want to be in front of people and perform this, or did you get on the computer and record songs first?
When I played the song for my wife, I learned the song in secret. She didn't know I was learning it. And I surprised her at her favorite Italian restaurant. I sang it to her in the restaurant. And so I didn't really know what created that emotional connection. I didn't know was it playing the guitar? Was it singing? Was it just the magic of my relationship with her? I didn't really know. And so I started chasing that feeling. And I found that feeling only exists for me when I'm actually performing live for an audience. That's just where I connect and where I love being. And so much experimentation ensued, Mike, and I found that being up in front of a group of people, just creating a sense of community, was where everything really comes together for me.
Yeah, I agree with you. But I mean, my experience with the music thing has been SoundCloud and recording songs one after the other, and it's really a personal thing. And I've kind of been pushing myself to do the performance thing, but it's so different and it's difficult. And I did the first performance a couple weeks ago, and I could see kind of the disappointment in their faces. So you're just like, you can read the audience, you're like, they don't like this too much. So it's a new path to go on. But did you ever have that? You never had that experience, I guess, huh?
No. I mean, I've done public speaking before, and in high school I did debate, and so I love being up in front of people talking. I'm not camera shy, or I don't have stage fright or anything.
I think it's important what you're doing is traveling and playing music, playing music to people and interacting with people, especially in times like this. How's your experience been so far on being on the road?
Yeah, phenomenal. I'd say there's a joy to discovering a new room, the energy of the room, the people. There's a joy to having interactions with people and sort of thinking about where am I greeting this room in the journey of live music tonight, and where are they? How do I go find them wherever they are and bring them along on a journey with me? That's just a lot of fun. I'm learning a lot about how to do that and how to interact with people as I'm doing it, and so it's been pretty awesome. And the people have been so amazing and warm. It's a great experience. I'm so happy. Music people are just cool when you run into them, no matter where they are, Mike. They're just awesome.
I agree. And for the next song, is it not The Lost View? Which one is it now? It's Fake Gravity.
Something's changed. If everything's black and white, why do neurons fly through my mind? I can feel our worlds collide when you whisper close. I'm accelerating out of reality. Maybe gravity's fake.
Yeah, so my wife's been on the journey with me for a while. She inspires a lot of my music, and I told her I really wanted to write kind of a little more of a catchy tune, like a love song, but nerdy, like put some extra emphasis on the science words and the nerdy elements to it, because it's just how I roll. And she's like, come on, people don't want to hear that kind of crazy science nerd stuff. And turned out it was one of my more popular songs on Spotify when I put it out, which was kind of interesting. But it's kind of one of those overlaps. Like, I think about the forces of attraction and how physical they are. And the notion for me when I was writing it started like you're standing up on a high cliff. And when you look down, you feel a little sense of vertigo, right? Like something's pulling you down. I mean, nothing changed. You just looked down, but you have this feeling, and it's irrational, but it's strong. It's almost stronger than the physics of the situation. It could topple you over, right? And so it's kind of an area where, like, what is that sense of attraction for another human being, and how do we feel that? Well, we feel gravity, right? We're always feeling gravity. And so to me, it's like this forces of attraction are stronger than physics in that moment. And so maybe gravity's got to be fake then, because this love is real. And so that's the concept behind the song. And it's got this really cool, catchy tune. I co-wrote it with a friend of mine out in LA, who's a little more of a pop writer, Nash Overstreet, because I wanted it to have a little more of a pop-centric feel to it. And had a fun time writing and producing it, and it's one of my favorite songs to play live. It's got such a groove. I can build up this awesome groove with it on the piano or on my guitar. And it's fun to sing. It's one of my favorite songs to play live.
It's endearing when you do put those. It makes it quite unique when you put your science stuff in there. So it's endearing. I think that's one of the things that comes out with the song, and it sounds so good at the same time, right? So it's like this playful song, and it's like this really professional pop song at the same time.
Yeah, thank you. It's a lot of fun. It's authentic. For me, I have to be authentic to what I'm doing, right? So.
If you're really real, maybe gravity's fake.
As I was learning, everything it would go too fast. Like when I was writing a song, the lyrics and the arrangement and instrumentation under it, and what are the drums doing? And I didn't know, I'd never played drums before, and what's the melody? And so all these parts are moving around just too fast for my brain to process. And so I would get a digital audio recording session up. I use Logic, and I would lay the song out, and one at a time, sort of listen to all the different pieces and parts and try to blend them together. And so I was that's how I would create music for probably a couple of years. And I went to a songwriting retreat in Austin, and it was my first time to be around professional singer, songwriter, musicians. And I watched them on the fly. So like lyrics, because I've been a poet, come more naturally to me. And so as fast as I was with lyrics, they were doing like the whole thing. They had their piano or their guitar, and they were hearing what I was saying. They were blending the melody on top of that and changing the arrangement and changing the melody. And they could do it all organically on the fly. And I was just in awe. I was like, all right, well, that's the skill I need. And so I really put myself on a course to really be able to organically do all the things that I needed to do, as opposed to things one at a time. And that makes writing much more enjoyable now. I can just grab my piano or my guitar and just spend time noodling through a piece until I get it the way I want. Then I can just do a voice memo, and it's good to go.
Okay, the next song is Velocity.
Brushing my face takes me back to our first embrace. Sharing our hearts, forgiving words, fighting hard just to keep you near. Holding your hand through long summer storms. Currents push our dreams past the dawn. Secrets unwind on this plane ride home. Flaps are up, feel the strain in my bones.
I'm driving along from Ruidoso, New Mexico, which is quite beautiful, to Santa Fe. And I've got a show down in Santa Fe. This is on my spring tour last year. I've got cruising along. I got a little trailer that I pull with me. And then all of a sudden, I'm kind of daydreaming, and my car starts slowing down. I'm like, okay, what's going on? And so I tap the brake and take over from the cruise control and give it a little more gas, and it's still slowing down. And so I'm kind of a little worried. And then I kind of feel the back end moving around a little bit. And I realize that I can hear the wind howling outside. I'm in a windstorm, right? Now we have hurricanes in Houston, and you go inside for that. But out in the mountains, like being in a windstorm is like a thing. I mean, they have them. And so, and I'm kind of a little frustrated because I'm late for my show in Santa Fe. But what are you going to do? You got to yell at the wind, right? You can't, it's not going to change the situation. So you kind of got to find your Zen moment. And as I was kind of breathing and finding my inner peace and just sort of dealing with the situation, it's like you have to ride the highs and the lows in a situation like this. You can't, it can't always be sunshine and blue skies. And it made me think about the way sometimes life can be like this headwind, right? It's pushing against your dreams and your relationships, and you have to really work hard sometimes to keep your velocity up.
Ride the highs, face the lows. Winds they turn, they never slow. Keeping my velocity is harder than it seems. The wind is always pulling me to the edge of my sanity.
And so the song starts off with this little riff. That's kind of me being frustrated, like I'm stuck in this windstorm. And then I'm thinking about my relationships and how sometimes life, everything starts off rosy and the life pushes on you a little bit, and you gotta fight hard, right, to stay in those relationships and keep your velocity up. So that's kind of how that song came together. And it's a ton of fun to play it. I love the melodic choices and the chord progression in it. It's one of my favorite in that regard, and it goes over really well live. It's got a nice movement in the melody for the chorus, and people usually vibe with it, and they get lots of people tapping their feet because the groove is really heavy in it, right? So it's kind of a fun song to play live.
Keeping my
So I'll end with, we touched on it a little bit before, but you're traveling through America and it's pretty crazy stuff. It's pretty wild right now what's happening. What is the sense back home? I'm in Germany, so I don't really understand. What is the sense back home? Is it just something you have back in your mind or what?
I think we all have politics that happen in the countries that we live in. And so I think you're aware of them and sometimes they affect you. I think there's more transformation that's about to happen with AI than any politics or anything else that we're all dealing with at the moment.
Yeah.
And so I think there are always stronger forces at work in the world. And I look at my own little microcosm, right? I've got all these extra protons in the back and I'm delivering them along my route and I'm creating this little path of positivity. And that's what I can do. And that's how I kind of think about things like that. What can I do today to make a difference in the world? And I try to do those things.
That's a really nice thing to say. It's good to hear too. Well, Mark, thanks for doing the RoomRock. I appreciate it, really. And good luck on the rest of your tour, yeah?
Yeah, thank you very much for having me, Mike. I really appreciate it. And maybe I'll get out to Europe and do a little tour out there and we can say hi in person.
I hope so. That'd be great. Come to Hamburg, Germany. That'd be cool.
Thank you for having me, man.
Take care. Bye.